On episode 9, I discussed the pace and save method I use on proven properties to ensure success. But more specifically, I highlighted how I will save spots for ideal hunting conditions and exact dates on the calendar. On this episode, I showcase another example of saving the best spots with 2 hunts from the same area in 2 consecutive years. In 2017, I finally hunted a pinched point on a property that always has a beaten down trail running from cover to cover. I would usually set up in this thicket stand that was located a little over 100 yards away. But on October 28, 2017, Kyle and I wanted to watch this logging road and field to extend our daylight hours.
Hey everybody, this is Ryan checking in. It is October the 28th. It's about 60 degrees. As you can hear, the wind is howling. The scout book says that the wind is only blowing 10 miles per hour. But I think that's a load of baloney. I think there's at least 15-20 mile per hour wind gust. I'm here with Kyle Butler, a Blue Ridge boy. Gonna show me how to lay some bone down tonight, hopefully.
I will always think of this hunt when the hunting conditions aren't perfect. When I'm in the tree stand and the wind is blowing as hard as it was on this evening at around 25 miles per hour, or the temperature is flirting with the 60s. As noted, this day wasn't perfect, but I will also always think of this hunt whenever I think of the phrase, "It only takes a moment to turn a hunting season around."
Man.
Little did I know that I would also always think of this hunt when I would think of extended track jobs.
We're having a hellacious time finding blood, but Kyle, my man, found us a little bit more. So Kyle got us back on the right trail. So here's the part. This is what you all need to know. Be careful, because what we think is that I hit him right in the broiler room, but the way my arrow exited his guts, all of his intestinal matter is blocking him up. That exit wound is so vital to tracking. We need that exit wound to bleed. Right now we're finding entrance wound blood. There's no grain, no nothing, no grass, no intestinal matter in the blood. So we're really afraid that he's only single lung punched. It's gonna rain tonight. It's gonna rain in an hour and a half. So we're gonna try to go as fast as we can, but we're gonna be cognizant of not pushing this deer.
Kyle, my buddy Josh, and myself tracked this buck up until 2 in the morning. We left and received over 2 inches of rain that night. The following morning, I brought out a Virginia conservationist named Blair with his blood tracking dog. We never found my buck, but Blair recommended I keep an eye out for vultures. The next day, I hunted where I suspected my deer could have died, and it wasn't too long until the sky scavengers hinted to my buck's location. So on Halloween morning, 3 days after the shot, Josh and I grid searched the buzzard's location. And, well,
And here's the deer. Here I am with it. We definitely know this is the buck. This is exactly where my schwacker hit. It's a little bit back. It seemed like I should single lung him from there, even with his legs stretched out like that, but who knows, that hide, it might be a paunch shot. It should have been a little easier to find him than it was. I'm getting all tracked up, but it was crazy coming in here to find him, because Josh and I, we found where he was in a creek bed, a dried up spring bed actually. It's not really a creek. We saw where he was probably bedded up the night that I shot him, and he's since then been moved, presumably very much by a bear, because we found where the bear was bedded, and Josh and I, we stayed persistent. We kept coming after it. We could see where the deer was being drug, and here we are, and we've recovered it. And I'm probably going to go ahead and spike the head off this thing real quick, chop it off, because when Josh and I were coming down here, we're quite sure that we jumped that bear off that. And like I said, I brought in a wildlife biologist to help me track this deer. And this wildlife biologist, from analyzing the scat, believes that this bear is easily over 400 pounds. So I'm going to go ahead and spike this head off. I'm going to leave the rest. I'm going to tag this bad boy in tonight. And we're going to buy a cape and we're going to get it mounted up. So here's our buck. It is October 31st, and I shot this thing October 28th. So 3 days later, here's your recovery shot. Average American hunter, baby.
What's up, guys? This is Ryan, just now making it back to the truck. Been covered with deer. Where do we start? I shot at a deer on Saturday, jumped the string, kind of slipped the arrow where I didn't want it, but I figured single lung with the gut exit, tracked her just the very slightest, thought we'd give her overnight. She went on to the neighboring property, called the neighbor. He called me back the next day and told me that he appreciates me calling, but he's already found my doe and she's all chewed up. Yesterday, on Monday, I have a shot at a doe that I had no business taking, but as you can see, I paunched her, and I paunched her hard. Well, being the tracker that I am, I said, hey, I'm just going to go ahead, pull out, and come back in the morning. Come back this morning. There's nothing left. Nothing. The bears got her. So tonight.
Well, happy Halloween Eve, everybody. Right here is, like I stated, October 30th, 2018, approximately 5:15, and I am out here where I harvested my 8-pointer last year. I had a nanosecond to get that shot off, and luckily I was able to pull it off. The buck come out working a scrape, so I went ahead and moved it. You know, I'm about 12, 15 yards further back than I was, but I don't know, I feel pretty good about this setup, especially being able to see over here to my right, so I just hope anything steps out. It's always rewarding to see a deer.
I have a doe come out. I'm watching the doe, getting set up for the shot, thinking about taking the shot. But then I decide, nah, I really don't want this doe. Kind of let her cruise by me. And I look back, and trailing the doe, probably 3 minutes after her, is a Great 10, my target buck. He's under the exact same tree as last year. 42 yards away. I figured, what the heck, I can make that shot. Are you kidding me, Ryan? Don't be like me. Don't. This is the most amateurish week, and I gotta get my shit together. There was a doe that slipped through the logging road coming straight for me. I filmed her a little bit, was going to try to get a shot off, but it's too dark. I decided against it. Plus, she was 42 yards away. Apparently, I can't shoot that. God, I just feel so stupid. So unbelievably stupid. Practice, 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 Ryan. Stay tuned. So the season wasn't exactly going my way to this point. The deer I successfully harvested was nightmare footage. I took an ill-advised shot on a running deer, I lost 2 different does to bears, and I missed my target buck by a quarter mile. It was October 30th, and all I had to show for the season was 1 doe with the lamest footage. The season was about to pick up, and the rut was nearing, and sooner than later, the people who firearm hunted this property were soon on their way. Time was running out for me. The startup of an outdoor informational web series was getting the best of me. I wanted to demonstrate the ability to successfully harvest deer to viewers, but was instead looking like the world's most amateur hunter. I was rushing my shots and making rookie mistakes. I felt like I took my sweet time with this 10-pointer, but still managed to miss him by roughly 120 Pope and Young inches. As I watched a mess of does emerge out of range to my right, I wondered if I would ever see that sweet 10-pointer again with his split G2. I thought to myself, at least I am seeing deer, and hopefully showing viewers how to get set up on these deer. Maybe these botches made me more relatable and human-like to viewers. Maybe they even validated just how average I am. And although I understand the process of success through failure, I wondered how in the hell I gut-shot a doe under 20 yards and missed this 10-pointer by 2 presidential terms. And, well, as it turned out, I do believe I have found out what caused me to punch that doe and what caused me to miss that buck. I used to shoot with my odd fletching down instead of to the side, and I forgot last year that I set it up where I was shooting them to the side. My odd fletching is hitting my trophy taker drop when it's down, and it's squirrely. It's real squirrely, so that's my problem. I'm such a fool. This arrow, odd vein, wrong way. This one, odd vein, wrong way. These 2, odd vein, wrong way. These 2 heart shots, the right way, and this here lung shot the right way. Don't be like Ryan and miss a good buck just because you got your vein pointing the wrong way. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We release a new episode every Monday, and I promise we get better as the season advances. Visit our website at averageamericanhunter.com to read some of our blogs, and send us an email if you want to buy one of our shirts. Also, take a listen at Kyle running the Average American Hunter podcast at iPodcast, Googleplay, TuneIn, Stitcher, or Spotify. Until then, stay tuned and embrace the chase.